Whether you're aware of it or not, you are dreaming. All things are dreaming. And it's really difficult to say. How do you know that what you're experiencing right now is not actually the dream? Your waking part is not the dream, and the dreaming part is not awake. Two different points of consciousness, and both often unaware of each other. So, how do you know? How can you know? And then it comes to the question of how do you know really what is real? When we're asleep, everything seems to be quite real. When we're awake, everything seems to be quite real. If you ask somebody, how do you know the sky is blue? And they answer you and keep asking the question, well, how do you know? How do you know? How do you know? The answer is that nobody really knows how they know what it is that they know. And as you go down the rabbit hole, you often realize we really don't know. We don't know which is asleep, which is awake. We don't even know that our experience is truly the real experience. Perhaps they both are, only in different ways. Alice experienced this when she went down the rabbit hole in Alice in Wonderland. Lewis Carroll in Alice in Wonderland and in Through a Looking Glass was always questioning what is real. And the idea was it's all within a dream. So there is a story about the Red King and Alice with Tweedledum and Tweedledee. And if the Red King woke up, Alice would just simply go up. She would go out like a candle because she's not real at all. So she is told that she would just go out, and Alice, of course, doesn't like the idea that she is someone else's dream. So she responds that, of course, I am not a dream. However, he wants to know what is real. I think you are my dream. We also find this type of story presented in Africa within the tribes of this idea that what is time? Time is a very peculiar thing, and they don't see a difference between the past and the present and the future. It all is blending together like they do in a dream. Dream reality seems just as valid as the waking world. And when the blending of the dreams and the physical goes together, you never know what meaning might come of it because it is all one, and they see it as that. What is a dream? What is real? On our first anniversary, my husband and I experienced this firsthand, the blending of realities. What is a dream? What is real? And this happened when we were taking a hike. We decided that we were going to go up this mountain that I was quite aware of and I had been to many times and I knew all the trails. They were very familiar to me. So I was taking him up as a city boy. He didn't do a lot of hiking in Bogota, Colombia. He did some. And so I thought, well, let's just take him out into the wilderness and we'll go up this trail. And it was a lot of fun. And once we got to a certain point of the trail, something very peculiar happened. The whole trail system disappeared. And I couldn't figure out why it was that the trail system had disappeared. Where was it? And it had been there a moment ago and now it was gone. And Ricardo was looking at me very strangely. And we didn't really speak the same language very, very well at this point. We've been married for a year and we could speak each other's language just fine. Only there were parts and pieces that we would miss in our communication at that time. So he just looked at me like, what's going on? And I was like, I don't know. And let's go up this way because there was a trail that was going up. And let me see if I can figure out what's going on, where we are, because I'm going to need to get us back. And here the trail system's gone. I thought maybe it had been a while since I'd been there. And perhaps that's why the trail system was gone, was because they had done something with it. They had planted ferns, only it didn't make a whole lot of sense. How could a whole trail disappear? So we went up, and one thing that was very peculiar is it seemed like there was no sound, and all the air had been sucked out, no sound. There was a road I knew that looked different than the way I knew it. We went up it anyway, and when we got to the top of it, I noticed how strange it was that there was still no sound. There should be some planes flying overhead. There would be birds, no bird sound, nothing. Very, very odd. So we looked down upon, as I was looking down upon the valley, something even stranger happened on this beautiful summer light day. And that is that the town as I knew it had disappeared. It wasn't there at all. How could that be that the town wasn't there? And it was in a sense, only the buildings looked different. There was smoke coming out of some of the chimneys for some reason. I didn't understand why that might be. And it just, from a distance, I could kind of see this, and it just all looked really different and smaller, and everything just looked different down the valley. And I was like, this is very strange. And I told Ricardo that we couldn't go back down on the trail because I wasn't sure where this particular trail went. We were going to need to retrace where we had been before. And he was very quiet. And so he said he just went along with me. And so we came down the trail. And as we were coming down to where the bridge was on the trail, the same trail system that had been there a moment before, that had been gone a moment before, it had been gone and it all came back, the whole trail system. And that was extraordinarily strange. I was like, "Well, did you see that?" And he looked at me like, "What is going on?" And I said, "Did you see it was there and now it's not there?" And he just looked at me like everything was I was kind of nuts. And then he made a video, and it's this video about how I, the Blair Witch from the Blair Witch Woods, I had lost the whole trail system within the situation of taking him out on a hike. And this was a very fun little tape that he made about that at that time. And I'll share it with you now.
Hi, we are lost in the middle of the forest.
No,
This
no,
forest called the Silent Witch.
no, it is not. It's
Yeah,
called.
she's guilty?
No, we are
Yes.
not lost.
Yeah, we
We
are
are not
lost.
lost. We are not lost. We are McDonald Dunn Forest, know exactly where we are. We are not lost.
No. Okay, my friends. Then I say goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. If you don't know something about me, the guilty is my wife because she told me in the morning, I want to go to the Silent Forest Witch. I
No.
say, no, please, no. And now we are walking, 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 walking around.
Look at all the sun.
Wow. Okay, my friends. Bye forever.
Oh, stop that. It was a while before Ricardo and I talked about that experience. It really freaked him out. And he had made the video, he later told me, just simply to deal with the discomfort of the whole thing. However, in time, we did talk about it, and he told me that he had seen absolutely everything that I had seen, that he saw the trail disappear and he saw the trail appear again. He saw us go up the hill and all the birdsong being gone, which he thought was rather strange. That's why he kept looking at me. He saw the village like experience of this village that was down below into the valley, that I told him it should be a city. And he said, but it was not really a city. It was very different. And then when we came back, he experienced, just like I did, an entire trails appearing again. And so when we talked about it, we really believed that I had somehow pulled him into my vision. It wasn't physical experience of time travel. However, it was, in a sense, a true experience. And I'd had other experiences that had been similar throughout my life. And so I'd always questioned, what is a dream and what is real? And it's a question that you can take to your own days and nights. And the wonderful thing about dreams is with them, you can have adventures, and sometimes they can be a little bit disconcerting. However, they really give you a sense of time being a fluid thing. The past, present, and future are not quite the way we think of them, and that we are always creating anew. So take this to your sleep tonight, to your dreams tonight, and look for what is real and what kind of experiences can I have in slipping through time